Hello class, in this video we review practice for test 1, which covers the first 2 chapters. Let's see if we can get it done within 30 minutes. There are 40 questions. The first one, pretty straightforward. Which value plus 10 gives 19? Of course, it's 9, right? Next, and solve this problem. I would have to copy paste on my OneNote. We can minus 15 from each side. Cancel. Negative 6x equals negative 69, negative 15, negative 84. Yes. And then divide each side by negative 6. Cancel. We have x equals negative, cancel negative. That is 14. So x equals 14. Let's go back. You should always plug in to the original equation to see if you end up with an identity, a true statement. So you can use your calculator, multiply negative 6 with 14, and add 15 to see if you have negative 69. I strongly recommend that you always do so. Check your answer. Next problem. When 17 is reduced by 2/3 of a number, the result is 15. Find the number. I want to see if I can do this. Like half of the screen shows the problem. And another half I can, maybe write I also have to adjust this one. I hope this works. And this one. It works, right? This a little bit over this way. Okay. All right. So make it longer. All right. So when 17 is reduced by 2/3 of a number, let's say the number is x, the result equals 15. We translate the sentence in English to an algebraic equation, right? When 17 is reduced by 2/3 of x is number, the result is 15. And now let's solve this equation. Minus 17 from each side. We have a negative 2/3 x equals negative 2. 15 minus 17 is negative 2. Since both sides are negative, we can get rid of negative signs from both sides. Then we have 2/3 x equals 2. Since the coefficient of x is a fraction, we can multiply each side by the reciprocal of coefficient. The reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. cancel. We have x isolated. On the right, we have 3. Twice of 3 halves is 3. So x equals 3. Okay. We can also double check by plugging back the original sentence. When the problem is a water problem, we should check our answer in the original sentence, not the equation you set up, just in case your equation is incorrect, right? So 17 is reduced by 2/3 of 3. 2/3 of 3 is 2. So 17 is reduced by 2 gives 15. That's correct. Next, simplify this expression. This expression looks very complicated. We start from the inside and then go outward, right? 93 braces 2a squared minus 4. Start a bracket 4a squared minus, okay, so now we want to remove the parentheses and understand the coefficient of the parentheses is -1. And -1 times 5b is -5b. -1 times a squared is -a squared. All right, so now we successfully removed the parentheses. And both terms in the parentheses become their opposites because the coefficient of the grouping symbol is -1. And let's see if we can simplify the expression in the bracket before we apply the distributive property again. We want to see if we can simplify the expression in the bracket. And we could. 4a squared minus a squared, 3a squared. We have two terms are like terms. We can combine them. 4a squared minus a squared, 3a squared. And bring down minus 5b. Close the bracket, close the braces. Now we're going to apply the distributive property to remove the bracket. The coefficient of the bracket is 94. Bring down 2a squared. It has nothing to do with the distributive property. 94 is a coefficient, right? So 94 times 3a squared is -12a squared. 94 times 95b. Negative times negative is positive. 4 times 5 is 20, 20b. So the bracket is removed. Okay? Both two terms in the bracket, they are multiplied by 94. Before we remove the braces, let's see if we can simplify the expression in it. 2a squared minus 12a squared plus 20b. Those two terms can be combined, right? 2 minus 12, -10. -10 a squared, bring down 20b. Now we apply the distributive property one more time to remove the braces. Coefficient of the braces is -3. 93 times -10 a squared. Negative times negative is positive, so 3 times 10, 30 a squared. 93 times 20b, negative 60b. You would have to enter the expression right here. It's not a multiple choice question. We would have to type 30 a squared. Oh, not this. A squared 30a squared minus 60b. Next, question number 5 is about translating the graph to an inequality using the variable x. And this shaded region include all the real numbers bigger than or equal to -5 or 3. So we should type x is bigger than or equal to. Let's see how do we find that symbol. It's right here, right? Bigger than or equal to -5 or 3. 5/3. And that's it. I hope you see it. To the right side of the number 95/3, so it's bigger than or equal to. Next. Find the value of the variable that satisfies the equation, so solve the equation. On the left side, we have a term, variable term. The coefficient of the term is 1/7. We want to isolate the variable x, so we want to change the coefficient to 1. Since the coefficient is 1/7, we want to multiply its reciprocal. The reciprocal of 1/7 is 7/1. So left side multiply 7, we have x. Right side multiply by 7, we have a -42. I don't know why. It's a -42, right? We can get it done by using one step only. Multiply each side of the equation by 7. -6 times 7, -42. Next. This problem is similar with this one, right? Is to apply distributive property. And it has a parentheses and it has a set of bracket. Let's see how do we process this problem. 6 bracket 6a minus 2a start a parentheses 3a plus 6b plus 6a squared. And we should, again, always double check our expression to make sure that we did not copy anything wrong. Okay, looks good. We're going to remove the parentheses. The coefficient of the parentheses is -2a. So bring down 6a, -2a times 3a, -6a squared. Okay, -2a times 3a, -2 times 3, -6, a times a is a squared. And -2a times 6b, -12ab. And this part becomes -6a squared minus 12ab. And bring down 6a squared. Simplify the expression in a bracket. Let's see, do we have anything to combine? Yes, we do. -6a squared, positive 6a squared, they are opposites. They cancel. They add up to 0, so they cancel each other. There are two leftover terms. We have 6a, bring it down, and -12ab. Now we can apply the distributive property one more time to remove the bracket. 6 times 6a, 6 times 6, 36a, 6 times -12ab. Positive 6 times negative, we get a negative. 6 times 12, 72, ab. Okay, the result is 36a minus 72ab. We're going to enter the result right here. 36a less. Okay, got it. 36a minus 72ab. Next. So this problem is about distributive property. It's more complicated than what we had in a class. Next, remove the parentheses and solve for the variable. Check the solution. Answers that are not integers may be left in fractional form or decimal form. So those are important information and tells you what to enter as the result. It's okay to enter decimal. Sometimes it only requires you to enter a fraction and you have to do so, okay? Let's solve this equation. For x minus 6 times the parentheses, 9 minus x, close the parentheses, equals 18. Always double check. 4x minus 6 parentheses 9 minus x equals 18. You can see how often we apply distributable property. This equation has a parenthesis on the left side. We have to apply the distributable property to simplify the left side. Coefficient is -6. -6 times 9, -54. -6 times -x, positive 6x. Be careful with the sign, okay? Equals 18. Can we further simplify the left side? Yes, because we have two terms. They are like terms that we can combine. 4x, 6x, 10x minus 54 equals 18, right? And then we add 54 to each side. Cancel. And 10x equals 18 plus 54, that gives 72. 4 and 8 add up to 12. 1 and 5, 6, 7, 72. Divide each side by 10. We have x equals 7.2. Decimal is easier, right? Because the denominator is 10. 72 divided by 10 is 7.2. Next. This question is a word problem. Let's take time to read the sentences. A triangular region of a community college parking lot was measured. The measure of the first angle of this triangle is double the measure of the second angle. The measure of the third angle is 5 degrees greater than double the measure of the first angle. What are the measurements of all three angles? Okay, so let me write down angle 1, angle 2, angle 3. We're going to pick one as x, okay? We're going to use x to represent the measurement of one of those three angles. Which one is more convenient? I would use the second angle, okay? I'm going to let x be the measure of the second angle. And the problem says the first angle is double the measure of the second angle. If the second angle is x, then the first angle is 2x, double. The third angle is 5 degrees greater than double the first. Double the first. The first angle is 2x. Double the first angle. And then add a 5. You can add a 5 after or before. It really doesn't matter. Same thing, okay? And we can simplify this a little bit. 5 plus double 2x, you have 4x. Or you can just write this as 4x plus 5. We know the three angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees, right? So we're going to add them up. 2x, first angle, x, second angle, 4x plus 5, the third angle, should add up to 180 degrees. Let's solve this equation. On the left side, we can simplify those, combine the like terms. 2x, 1x, 4x, together 7x. 7x plus 5 equals 180. Subtract 5 from each side. 180 minus 5, 175. Divide each side by 7. Cancel. 25. 2 times 7 is 14. 5 times 7 is 35. So x equals 25. Be very careful. 25 degrees is the second angle. So we can go back. Second angle now is 25. Second angle is 25 degrees. Then the first angle, double it, should be 50 degrees, right? And the third angle, you can use 180 to minus 50 and then minus 25. Or you can just plug in 4x plus 5. X is 25, so 4 times 25 is 105. We can double check. Those three angles do add up to 180 degrees. So we can enter now. First angle. The first angle on the measure of the is 50. Second angle. Second angle, 25 degree. Angle 3, 105. All right. I don't really want to make the video very long, so let's finish number 10, and I'll continue in a next video, in a different video. So number 10, find the value of the variable that satisfies the equation. Check the result. Okay, solving equation. 15. Oops. Trying to use a different color. I guess when I have a lot of windows open, slow it down. 15 minus 2x equals 97x. Okay, so I decide to isolate x on the left side for this problem. To do that, we want to get rid of negative 7x from the right side. So we add a 7x, which is the opposite of negative 7x. And after that, right side is 0. Left side, we bring down 15, negative 2x, positive 7x, that is 5x. Very good. And the 15, I wanted to, this constant term, I wanted to be on the right side. So to remove that, we subtract 15. Negative 15 is the opposite of positive 15. We cancel, add up to 0. 0 plus bring down 5x equals 0 plus negative 15 is negative 15. So we have 5x equals negative 15 divided each side by 5. X equals negative 3. Do we check? You should always check. Okay, let's see. If we plugging in x equals negative 3, the left side, negative 2 times negative 3 is a positive 6. 6 add up to, on top of 15, that is 21. Left side is 21. On the right side, negative 7 times negative 3, positive 21. So it is a correct answer, negative 3. I'm going to continue in a different video. I'll see you later.